Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Verlier, and today I'm bringing you a video talking about the perfect planning and execution of the most recent Fortnite event. It was the Cattus versus Doggus, or Monster versus Robot, whatever you want to call it. But there is a couple of really great points I came up with what Epic did in order to make sure that this event appealed to the fans and make sure the outcome of the event didn't destroy things, and made sure that we were unsure of what was going to happen. But before I get in depth into the whole event, I do want everybody to know I really did enjoy the event. I really like the whole fighting scene and how it finished. I like how they did common fighting cliches throughout the whole entire fight, like the "he won so easily" tactic and the slow motion bit as well. They were all so perfectly planned and perfectly placed that it was amazing. Now, for anyone who hasn't watched the event, here's the whole fighting scene from start to finish, and if you don't want to rewatch the event, there will be a timestamp on the screen right now for you to quickly skip over to the discussion part of why Epic did a fantastic job with this event. Each season has a massive build-up for the whole entire event that is going to be happening during the season, and they always do a fantastic job at showing us little glimpses of what is going to be happening during the whole entire season and what's going to be finishing off the season. But this one is by far the best one they've ever done. The whole season had left us in a question about this monster in Polar Peak and what it would do. The mystery continued slowly over time as map changes were happening due to this monster's near existence. When we saw little small pieces of the monster, that we really did realize it was a problem. These footprints could cause mass destruction by itself, so we had no idea what the actual monster would be able to be capable of. With that, they also had the construction of the robot, which gave us a good anticipation that there was going to be a huge event happening where these two were going to battle it out. Not only that, they had the fort bites, which showed us every single previous event that happened and concluded with showing what was going to happen, that there was going to be this finishing fight and that he knew all along. It was an amazing build up, an amazing ending. They did a very fantastic job at building this whole entire event up and making sure that we were excited and that the whole entire season was enticing for us, to make sure the ending was so much more satisfying to watch, because we saw this all build up and we were finally watching it end. The fact of choosing sides for the event was by far the smartest thing I've ever seen Epic do, but probably any other game overall has nothing compared to how smart this was. They gave us the choice of picking a side, either Team Monster or Team Robot. It was such a simple feature, but it worked so well leading us to the event. When they were giving us the choice of picking sides, it led us to not knowing who would win and who we wanted to win in fact. It was allowing us to think that there is a possibility that the monster could destroy the map. And if you think about it, if you weren't able to choose sides, it would have been a dead giveaway that the robot was going to win. But when they implanted this idea of the monster possibly winning it made the fighting seem way more interesting, as we really didn't know which side was going to win. So when the robot was fighting at the beginning, we thought it was probably going to win, but when the monster fought back, we thought the monster was going to win. It was that constant change that, you know, the powers in between them, we just didn't know who was actually going to win. But by far, this is probably the best marketing strategy that any video game company's ever done. It got everybody pumped up to see this fight, and it just really made sure that people wanted to show up to this event and not just saying, oh, the robot's just gonna win, because we really didn't have a clue who was gonna win, because they were giving us the option that there was a possibility of the other side winning. So this is by far one of the smartest things I've ever seen Epic do, or any other video game company. Although many people were expecting a huge amount of disaster to come back from the fight, it was really smart to hold off the destruction until after the event. Imagine you being a pro player, ready to play in this life-changing tournament, and then the creators of the game just flat out destroyed your main landing spot. That would have been so crushing for these players, and that's why delaying the damage was such a smart idea from Epic. They didn't want to make the World Cup a disaster while also bringing the fight scene to the regular players. Overall, I do believe that this pleased the regular and competitive communities in Fortnite. If they just didn't do that, they would have appeased the regular but not the competitive. And definitely overall, I think holding it off into the end of the season after the World Cup was by far the smartest thing that I've seen Epic do in a while for the competitive community, because majority of the time they don't really take in precaution the community of the competitive, but this time they actually did, and we gotta give them props for actually caring about them for once. Overall, this whole entire event was perfect from start to finish, and even after the event now, they're definitely doing a good job at keeping the community together and alive by constantly adding little small map changes and, you know, just leaving stuff in the event for us to find. It's keeping the whole entire community as a whole together, and I think that's how smart Epic is at planning these events. They know that when they have an event like this, it keeps the community community alive. And it's definitely smart for Epic to be constantly doing this, because it definitely draws a lot of players to stay into the game and keep the active player base up. And, you know, you gotta give Epic props for that. They always know how to keep players engaged, and it's overall, they're just a smart company, and that's really all I wanted to say. Like, there's already popular theories arising onto what's going to be happening in Season 10. They've got this community all riled up, ready for the next season, and that's what's amazing about Epic. With everything that I wanted to say out of the way, what did you think? Do you agree with how Epic arranged the fight? Did you enjoy the event? Let's start a discussion down below in the comments. A lot of effort went into planning this video and actually editing it and getting everything together, so if you would be so kind to like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Every little bit helps support the channel and helps me know that I should keep making content. With nothing else to say, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.